Today I'm making a pineapple apricot thumbprint cookie for you with the jam I made not too long ago.
Well, hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. And so today I'm gonna make cookies for you using the pineapple apricot jam that I made for you, the no pectin jam. This is so delicious and it's cookie worthy. It's peanut butter and jelly worthy, or any kind of thing you want to do with it. I wanted to start with something sweet. I will bring you along for a savory edition as well. So just stay tuned for that. And let's go on, come on in, and I'm gonna get busy making some beautiful cream cheese thumbprint cookies.
All right, so one of the easiest cookies I think you'll ever make. So I softened, but obviously it melted, my 1 block of cream cheese, 2 sticks of butter, so you've got a whole cup of butter, and we need some sugar in there, and that calls for a cup of sugar. So we'll get that out of the modular mate here. Cup of granulated sugar, and oh, these are going to be so good with the cream cheese and the jam. You want your vanilla, which is an easy teaspoon of vanilla. Make sure I got a teaspoon here. Yep. And if it goes over, it's no big deal, but I don't want the main thing to be vanilla. I want it to be the cream cheese and then the jam accent. And I'm gonna need this spoon for later. So you've also got a half a teaspoon of kosher salt, which I have right here. Get that in there. And I'm gonna get this, beat this up. So now that I've got my dough all mixed up, I'm gonna go ahead and cover this with plastic wrap. I'm gonna get it in the refrigerator and refrigerate it for at least a half hour till it cools back down, so you can roll it out. It's like my ginger snap recipe. If you don't do that, it gets a little hard to roll out because the butter and the cream cheese is real soft. So I'll be back when we're ready to roll. Okay, so I've got the dough I actually put this in the freezer to speed up the process, and it's perfect. You're just gonna take a little bit of that dough, and because you're warm hands, you know, you wanna roll that out. And I already rolled one of these. I'll go ahead and roll a couple of these out. I'll show you how to get these. And these cookies bake for between 10 and 12 minutes. I've got my 375-degree oven preheated. So I've got a cookie tray here, and they don't spread out. I'm taking a measuring spoon and going ahead and putting my imprint on there. And I believe that is a 2-ounce cookie scoop. There's so much butter in here that it really doesn't matter. Okay, can you see what I'm doing? See what I got going? And as this sits out to, it's gonna change things because it's gonna soften up. I'll do a couple more here. And then we'll put our, let's see, just like that, like so. I don't like it when it cracks, but it does give it character. And we want plenty of room for jam. And I probably could get away with not putting parchment on here, but if you've got a silicone mat, that would be great too. We want these cookies all about the same size, so try to remember to make the scoop as full as the last one. And the only reason I don't want it to crack too much, I don't want my jam leaking out. This is gonna make quite a few cookies, but oh my goodness, this is a great way to use jam that you've made instead of just on toast, but it's delicious on toast, so don't count that out. I'm gonna get the rest of these all rolled out, and I'll bring you back when I'm putting the jam on, because it's gonna go on just like that. Oh my goodness. It's gonna look like an inviting, yummy treat. Okay, so I've got 12 all rolled out, and literally just gonna put about a teaspoon of the jam. And I am gonna do a test one with the jelly to see, the pomegranate jelly that I made, just to see if it liquefies and makes a mess. Well, so be it, then we'll know. But if it doesn't, that would be another option. You could do this with cranberry sauce left over from the holidays, even though it's probably too late for that. But knowing that in the future, I've done it that way. I've done these Thumbprint cookies with any of the jams that I make. You can even do it with a spicy jam if you want. Ooh, this one's got a big chunk of apricot. Okay. The carrot cake jam, the apple pie jam, all those jams that we watch, and look how pretty these are. Absolutely delicious. Let me get this first batch all set up for you, and then we'll bring you back when they're out of the oven. Yum, yum. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to open up another jar. It does, the recipe is, you know, it's very flexible, but you're looking at about 12 ounces of jam for this whole recipe, so, and this wasn't quite full. So we'll have to open another jar. In the oven it goes, 375 for 10 to 12 minutes. And I'm gonna put one with some right there with a test. Okay, so the cookies are done. They took 15 minutes. You still want that dough to be a nice, soft, golden, blonde dough. You don't want, you know, when it's cooked, you still want it very light. A little bit of brown on the bottom and set, but that's it. So 15 minutes in my 375 degree oven. So you may have to go a little longer. Like that one just started to brown. Let's see if I can pull you back a little bit. And I'm putting them on a wire rack so I can get the next batch on. But see how there's a little bit of brown here. And this experiment worked, although you can see the jelly moving, so it's gonna have to reset when it's cool. I probably won't do that. I'll probably just do jam. That's my typical go-to, is jam. But these are a nice big cookie. I probably could have made them a little smaller. This is gonna make 2.5 to 3 dozen cookies, depending on how big you make them. So if you wanted to make them little Thumbprint cookies, then, you know, where you had maybe two to a serving, you would go ahead and make them smaller. But today, that's what size they are. So I've got my next batch. I'm just gonna swap out the parchment and get these on top of here, and then I'll jam them up and we'll get those in the oven. Delicious. Okay, so the cookies are all done. Look how beautiful these are. The one and only cookie that I did with the pomegranate jelly, actually my husband liked it better than he likes these. These are good, but we both agreed that I need to put a little more sugar in the dough itself. It's not a very sweet dough, but it's so good. And that one got a little browner than most of them, so I'll eat that one. Well, I'll eat part of it. Okay, so here's the taste test. 15 minutes was my oven, but I have a pizza stone in there. I don't know if that changes things. It's so good. It's almost, like he said, it's almost like a pie crust, which is weird. It's got a cup of sugar in there, but I'm going to increase the sugar next time for a sweeter cookie dough. But these are absolutely wonderful with that jam in there, and yeah, I hope you try it. I hope you make it. If you were going to increase the sugar, I would increase it by a half a cup and go from there. Anyways, I can't wait to see you next time. Please leave me a comment and let me know what you think about the recipe. And if you want to make these, they're delicious. So I hope you make this recipe because they're absolutely delicious. Everyone loved them.